That sound was certainly a first for me. I've never heard a lion make that noise. Even got Enzuri up. Good day everybody, and welcome to the virtual safari at Enzuri. I'm your guide for the day, Charles Collicott. I think our plan for today would be to head around perhaps up north for a little bit towards Sky Beds, but definitely to circle back to nearer the Enzuri Lodge, because overnight there was some roaring around and we would like to investigate to see who that might be. It is the Mbiris most often around, but it could be Red Road and his son. They do like to venture in this direction too, or it could even be the Birminghams. So, without wasting any more time, let's go see what the Manuletti has in store for us today. This very pretty flower is an Ipomea Pelusiana. Common name, narrow-leaf morning glory. Occurs all the way from Tanzania down to South Africa, as well as on the island nation of Madagascar. So Ipomea, the genus name, means worm, referring to the twining that it does, and then the Pelusiana in reference to a South African botanist. And it is a tuber kind of plant. So if we were to dig it up, which we certainly won't, it's got a large tuber underneath. That's where it'll store all the goodness and the nutrients through the dry season, so that come the rains, as we have now in the rainy season, it can produce this glorious flower and these narrow leaves that you can make out next to it. Hence the common name, narrow-leafed morning glory. We are now far north at Sky Beds. 3 male buffalo and a male elephant. So buffalo bulls and an elephant bull. Some people might make this mistake of calling these 3 bulls by themselves Dugger boys. Dugger boys referring to male buffaloes that are in retirement, and Dugger coming from the Zulu word for mud, so they're often caked in mud. But these chaps still look very healthy, and what they're likely doing is just taking a break from the argy-bargy, the constant vying for and fighting for mating rights within the breeding herd. They're just going to be out for a while, recuperate. You can see their horns are still sharp, their frame still very steady, and the boss in the middle of those horns still strong. Another bull making its way in the background. He is a rather large bull, but he still has some way to go. one of the ways you can tell the age of a bull, not precisely, but it helps, is by the temples. You can see those temples on his skull starting to sink in a bit more. As he ages, so they will get deeper and deeper. They don't really stop growing, though the rate of growth does slow down. They generally get more wider than they do taller. The boss of the waterhole asserting his dominance, being quite protective. Using his tusks like a bulldozer. And why? Because he can. We're making our way to an area just north of the Tuntswalu Lodge, with reports of some lions in that area. But on our way there, we're just coming past Red Road, who has moved what's left of his kill to under the shade, away from the prying eyes of the vultures, and some cool. It is overcast, but still quite warm, as you can tell from the heavy panting, but also he will be quite hot from all that food he's eaten. One somewhat sleepy lioness located so far. We are in Mbiris territory, so I'm going to assume that this is one of the Mbiris members, though we aren't particularly far from where the Birminghams moved into the area. What we're going to do is look around a bit more, see if we can locate any more lions to hopefully identify who these individuals are, if we do find some more lions. We've managed to locate the rest of the pride, plus 2 males. Closest to us is a young male, and just beyond that, a larger, older male. And I can confirm that this is in fact Enzuri and his brother. Enzuri on the left there, proving to be a bit camera shy today. Doesn't want to show off his usual good looks. The head count here has 5 females and the 2 males. From my understanding, there are usually 7 females with this pride. So 2 missing could be those that were mating with Red Road and his son. We did see at least 1 female with those 2 today. Possibly one of these members from the Mbiris pride. Helps to stick your head up on occasion. You never know what could be sneaking by. unwittingly an impala or a wildebeest. Because lions are very opportunistic. Great hunters, but if there's an opportunity that just passes them by, they can't resist. Here it comes. Very good to have seen the handsome man and his younger comrade, still fit and healthy, as are the rest of the pride, at least the 5 that are here. After the silver lining of sunset, we found another silver lining of the lion pride. This time the Mbiris pride, and Enzuri looking as handsome and healthy as ever. They've moved from where we saw them previously, slowly edging towards a herd of buffalo not too far away. Those reinforced vocal cords coming to great use. Being able to withstand all that pressure that a lion puts through it to produce that awesome, awesome sound. And Zuri's younger brother staying behind while the rest of the pride have moved on. Quite typical behavior. The younger males. Almost having a moan that he actually has to now move. this handsome fellow, busy displaying on top of an old termite mound, is a black-bellied koran. He has the most fascinating display call as well. There it is, like a croak in a giant water drop. He's looking for love, and let's hope he finds it. It's always a bit sad when we come to the end of a virtual safari, but to be sent off by a choir of roaring lions makes it a little bit more easy. But what are those roars to the ears of the Naru Pride and Red Road? Will they follow those buffalo deep into their territory? Need I say, we'll be following up to see what may come of it. So from myself, Charles Collicott, and the virtual safari at Tintswalu, thank you so much for joining us, and it's goodbye for now.